All right, guys. Welcome back to Clouded Thoughts, man. Episode 10. Everybody, today I am excited. I'm excited to introduce a very special guest, Jay Cruz, man. The entrepreneur, visionary behind tacos and tattoos, the one of a kind fusion spot that takes Kendall by storm. All right.
Yes.
Jay's story is the definition of turning diversity into success. After dropping out of high school, he bet on himself, chased his vision, and built a brand that becomes more than just a restaurant. It's a cultural experience from food and business to mindset and resilience. We're here with him today, guys, and this is episode 10, man. It's crazy
Yeah.
how already 10 episodes, guys. Thank you guys that's been watching. But bro, no further ado, man. Mr. Jay Cruz, brother.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
for being here today.
Thank you.
Guys, we changed locations today. We are at Jay's what do you want to call it? It's like
This is the hot stew. This is the hot studio.
the studio,
Yeah.
And,
Epic place.
yeah,
Epic
a lot of
place.
things have gone down here, bro.
Yes,
right?
sir. This is
From
definitely
building to
several fucking different activations have been done here. We build out all sorts of facades and props. It's been a creative space for a long time. And with that being said, special place, like you said, we'll be leaving the hot studio, but new things are coming.
Stay
So
tuned.
makes it memorable for episode 10
yeah,
and probably the last production inside of the
Inside
hot
the-
studio.
fuck, man. So
Yeah.
guys, he's moving.
Yeah.
It is episode 10, so this one is it's one for the books, man, because he has a lot of memories here.
Yeah,
A lot
for
of
sure.
things going on in here, and you're moving, into another direction, or just leaving the place.
The next phase of our
And
lives.
and moving on to something better, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yes,
it's
sir.
always forward, not backwards, man. But yeah, man, cheers, bro. Thank you for wanting to do this.
Salud.
Episode, guys, episode 10. This is gonna be a good one, man.
Yeah.
But let's take it from the beginning, man. Jay Cruz, man. What's for the people watching, man? Where's Jay Cruz from, man? How was your childhood like? Let's go from childhood all the way up to teens, and then we go
Okay.
move forward.
Well, I want to jump to the bases again. Thank you for putting me on that Clouded Thoughts. This is an honor.
The
Jay
honor's mine,
Cruz. Nah, bless. Jay Cruz is a Florida baby. I'm not gonna lie. I was born in Orlando. A lot of people think I was born in Miami, but I was actually born in Orlando, raised in Miami. But childhood for me, the early years with my parents moving a lot through Florida. We had got hit with Hurricane Andrew when we lived in Homestead. I was less than a year old. Born in Orlando, went to Homestead. Hurricane Andrew hit. FEMA took us to Tampa. We were in Tampa for a little while. My dad gets hired. I think it was back in Orlando or Miami. It was one or the other. I was so young. I was a baby. It was my brother was really the one going through all those trials and
Tribulations.
yeah. And so
you're not an only child.
I'm not. I got two other brothers, and I got some half siblings. Also, we're a big family. You know what I mean?
And what's your parents like originally from?
We're Puerto Rican. My parents came here from Puerto Rico.
Shout out PR, man.
I was the first one born here from my entire family, pretty much.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, we slowly started trickling down into Miami and Florida. Because again, we had family in Florida, and that's how we ended up moving all around South Florida, Central Florida, till I was about like 2-3 years old. Then we got to like Flagler, and then we lived by the Gables, and then I think back at Homestead, and I finally made it to Kendall when I was like maybe 7 or 8, around there, somewhere around that age, and then started going to school in Kendall. Shout out Sunset Park Elementary. That's the first school I went to in Kendall.
Damn, I live right across from Sunset Park. The main entrance, that down the one street, that's where I live. I'm the corner house. Right
Okay, right.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, don't pull up to his crib without that.
Nah, they know better.
Yeah.
No, but it's funny you went there. I live right there.
Yeah. And
That's
then and I was able to kind of like really get my feet planted in Kendall because even though my family moved again and I was supposed to go to Glades, I ended up in Arvida, and that was great because somehow I met two sides of Kendall. Whereas most people who go from their home elementary school to their home middle school, they stick in one side of Kendall. So that helped me out when I was older because I was able to connect with a whole other side of Kendall that was like, in
Kind of
another,
new to
yeah,
you.
yeah, exactly. So it was a blessing in disguise. I wasn't happy when we made the move because, again, you're not moving with your friends. You got to make new friends.
Yeah.
But blessing in disguise. Later on in life, we all met back in Killian, which I went to Killian, and it was dope to be able to connect again with people I hadn't seen in a couple years. And
Did you stay in touch with those friends?
oh yeah,
Like
yeah, because
like
I
moving
played
out.
football.
Okay.
I played football for the Kendall Colts, and then I lived right next to the Hammocks and the Warriors. So for summer when we would play flag football, I'd play for the Warriors. So again, it was similar to going to school like and having two separate middle schools that join. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the nucleus grew, and a lot of that socializing and a lot of that like movement was due to my parents always being the type of people to host also. If somebody landing from PR or from out of town, they were staying at our crib. Or like if there was a boxing fight, it was done at the crib.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like if there was something special going on, my parents hosted. So,
It was the
you know, I,
vibe at your crib.
I definitely honed in on that subconsciously. I didn't even know what I was doing, and I'm doing it. So the gatherings and like the putting people in the same place and being hospitable and opening up
Yeah.
like that, opening up your home, that's something that's been instilled in me since I was young, and I'm sure that's something that comes from many generations ago. You know what I'm saying? So
I can relate to that.
that's
bro.
just a cultural thing for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm an open book. It's just I can also understand if it's if I don't come across always as approachable
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
we all got to carry on our lives too. Not every moment's meant for deep socialization.
Yeah. Facts,
But,
bro. That's facts.
but yeah, that's up
So
until
you
middle.
have a bunch of siblings. Where do you fall in the? You the like youngest, middle,
Word. I am the second oldest,
second oldest?
but definitely the amongst my immediate brothers, I am the middle child.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How was that growing up with siblings? Because I have siblings.
Yeah.
And you fight, all this. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But I grew up with them to a certain age because from my mom and dad, I'm only child. Then
Heard.
my dad had two girls, and then my mom had a girl and a boy.
Heard.
But
Yeah.
we lived together, but not everybody at once. You get me? And it always was for a short period of time. So
Heard.
how was that like growing up with your? Because it's guys, right? Just
We're all
boys.
boys. Yep.
How was that like older brother?
Yeah, me and my older brother, we lived. Well, we had those rumbles that
Like
you
every
have,
boy's
yeah.
have, yeah.
Me and my brother definitely had our rumbles, but we always fought through it in the sense of we loved each other unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't break us apart.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've had our discussions like any other brother. But we always find a middle ground, and we always look past the two. That's never been, there's always something greater to look at. Now as fathers, and I see his children grow up, like I'll always be there for them, just like my brother's always been there for me, and vice versa. I know I can count on him for whatever. So that's my relationship with my oldest brother. My youngest brother, it's the exact same thing.
Little
Like
brother.
little brother, yeah. And now we're adults, so there's different ways of life and different outlooks, and I'm happy for the place that we've all gotten to. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all we're in our own lane, but we're all simultaneously keeping up with each other and surrounding ourselves with like that family environment that we grew up with. So
you gotta keep it going, bro. Cause
correct,
you got kids. You know what I'm saying? Your older brother has kids.
Yes, my oldest brother has 3 beautiful babies.
And your youngest? No, right?
No children yet.
No children.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you
Hmm.
gotta bring that. You guys gotta still continue that family thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
being together
Hosting the
and hosting.
Christmas.
Yeah, you know
Who's
what I'm
making
saying?
the potato salad? Jovan, shout
Facts.
out you. You made a great potato salad this
Hey,
year.
bueno, your turn again.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, yeah.
Are your parents together now?
My parents are happily married. Been together close to 40 years, I want to say.
40 years,
Yeah,
man.
because
Fuck.
I'm 30, shit. I'm gonna be 35 this coming November. I'm 34, gonna be 35. That means they've been together about 37 years, something
I
like
don't
that.
know if he wanted to air out his how old he is, but
Yeah,
took him a little minute.
yeah, yeah. No, I think it's true. Once you get into your 30s, you start forgetting. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie.
hear you, bro.
And
Damn. Sam, so you're going on 35.
I'm going on 35. I
Damn,
turned 34 this last November, so this year I'll be 35.
that's what's up, man. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Let
I'm
me get you a
I'm I'm,
second cup.
I'm going on 39.
39. All right, right there.
August 26th. Oh, it's just
Oh yeah. Oh, I got you.
yeah, man, 39, bro. I'm fuck, dude. Ya todo duele,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Ya todo duele, bro.
It
The
happened
dolores
to
de
me.
cabeza, back pains,
Yeah.
feet be hurting, knees, you know? Um, then so they're happily married, 40 years. That's for them, bro. Strong, bro. Not
Cheers
a
to
lot of
them.
people last that long, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Cheers,
Salud.
chat. Yeah. All right. So you say you went to Killian.
Mm-hmm.
How was that like? How was your like high school? Well, how was Jay Cruz in high school?
Man, high school is those were roller coaster years for sure. I refer to roller coaster years throughout my whole life because there's always ups and downs.
Of course.
But it was amazing. I had a great high school experience, and it was definitely um, an unorthodox experience in the sense of just the way I moved.
Mm-hmm.
For a long time in high school, it was kind of going against the grain, figuring out who I was myself, not really, I guess, following society's standard. I was always pushing boundaries and exploring new things because everything was new then.
Of course.
And then I was young enough not to understand that everything came with time. I wanted it all very fast. So I tried to live a fast life. And, I come from a great family. And, I look back and I know that, like, I did too much to them. You know what I'm saying? I should have
Too
should have
much in the
listened.
sense of what, like
But,
worry them
well, exactly,
or put
like,
yourself in positions where you're like, fuck,
exactly, exactly. They my OGs always offered me everything, and they were always there for me, and I took advantage in ways that I shouldn't have. I was outside too much. You know what I'm saying? Should have been inside a little more. But all those learning curves have put me where I'm at today, and like,
and
I
it's
don't
not a
I don't
bad spot.
regret any of it. Yeah, I've definitely been able to hone in on how I can put myself on for living my life in the way I see fit.
Mm-hmm.
And I make that happen right with my work
Of
and
course.
how I move. But as a kid or as an adult now with kids, like think back at those moments and it's like, oh, shit, like it was crazy. It was a crazy years for me. I was experimenting. I was using. I was, and just getting fast money.
Mm-hmm.
And once once I caught like the eye or I caught a little interest in business
Mm-hmm.
and how I was gonna live the rest of my life, that's when restaurants were already a part of my life, and I started to pivot into like, how can I own this on my own?
Mm-hmm.
Like what's it gonna take to actually be an owner? And that's pretty much the birth of my involvement with my parents and my family into opening up TNT, and that's pretty much how we get to that point.
So you dropped out of high school. What grade or what age?
I dropped out.
Because I dropped out myself too. You
Heard,
know?
heard that. I didn't know that. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
There
I
we
dropped
go.
out myself, bro. Pretty much, bro. Like, um, I'm an immigrant, bro. We came from Nicaragua.
Mm-hmm.
I came when I was like 4 or 5 years old,
Heard.
like 1995. I remember, you know. And yeah, bro, we moved a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
kind of like you, bro. Like
yeah,
just like moved around a lot. My parents got divorced when I was in high school.
yeah.
Chose to go live with my dad, and we first landed in Sweetwater. You know, because my mom was moving somewhere else, bro, and my dad was more chill than my mom. She was very like, I don't want to say too strict, but strict. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was gonna have more. I was gonna have more freedom with my dad
Yeah.
than with my mom, so I chose to go with my dad. And then we landed in Kendall, bro. But before like all that, bro, like we grew up in like kind of by like Laren Penny Park over there on 184th.
Yep.
And that's where I met somebody that we know, Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I known him and his family, bro, since I was in like a teenager, bro. I want to say like 13,
And
14,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like I known him and shit, bro, his
Amazing.
brother. And like you say, bro, you open doors to like bring people together. It's like, and you know, now shit, you know, like we don't, me and him don't vibe, but I see him because you know what I'm saying, he's at TNT a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But it's that
Shout
like
out my
fuck
boy, my
somebody,
brother.
yeah, somebody that you know, it's like fuck, I grew up with him. You know what I'm saying? In a way, he was my boy's older brother type shit. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, moved around a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dropped out of high school and shit. You know what I mean? What so yeah, man. So what age was it that you dropped out?
I was uh I was in like first half of 11th grade,
Okay.
and nothing. It was pretty simple process, you know. Um,
What made you think you were like for you to drop out? Like you saw yourself not graduating something. I mean, school's not for everybody, right?
Correct.
So like, yeah, you
Uh,
knew.
well, I wanted adventure. I wanted to get out of school and start to live my quote unquote life.
Hmm.
You know, I was chasing.
How old were you? I'm what, like 17? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was around 17, maybe 16. It was around there. I was young.
Hmm.
Um, and I was just chasing, this adult life. You feel me? I
At a
wanted
young
already to
age.
get to work. I was a hustler. I was already like had little jobs and stuff.
Mm.
So yeah, I wanted out, bro, and I wanted to travel, which I did. You know, I definitely traveled and started to experiment really what it was to be a vagabond style lifestyle. It's pretty exotic for a couple years. But what kept feeding the animal was working in restaurants. That just like
That was always your like
the,
first job, a
yeah,
restaurant.
exactly. I worked at On the Border in Kendall, and from there I started working at different restaurants locally. Um, well, yeah, in Kendall, then in the Grove. I was in the Grove for a couple years, and I was in Brickell for like 2 years.
Hmm.
And fast forward, I'm 23, and the OGs were wanting to invest into a business or move to a different state. There was just like talk about what's next in their own lives, you know? And we came to like this middle ground where like, well, let's invest into a business. We'll open up together, you'll run it. And, we'll put together the menu together and we'll put together the concept and we'll talk about it. And we'll do this as a family thing. And they always had like, my support in the sense of I was going to bring my experience to the table. No one had been in a restaurant except myself. So I think my OG worked in a restaurant for a little bit when he was younger, but I was the one actively involved. And my other brother was living in Hawaii because he was in the service. My youngest brother was still in high school. So it was really like, me
Yeah.
and yeah. So, and that's like how we came together to begin the process of opening up a business. We didn't have a name yet. We had just, figured out we're going to do this as a fam.
Yeah.
And
So
that was the
so
beginning.
yeah, so that's where I was gonna go. So you said they wanted to open up a business or move to another state.
Yeah, yeah.
And you came to them, you're like, nah, man, let's open up something. You know, how did tacos and tattoos come about? Like, besides, like, oh,
The,
yo, like, who was the one with that? Like, let's say, let's get into this restaurant, bro.
yeah,
Like, I've been doing this. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, yeah. Well, I was getting tattooed religiously at this tattoo shop, and
not to cut you off, tattoo. What age you started?
my first tattoo was when I was 15 with my
Oh,
dad.
okay.
Um, and then that just opened up the floodgates because after that I started
It
getting
gets
tattooed.
addicting.
Yeah,
They say it gets addicting. I didn't believe it, but
yeah,
look
yeah.
at me now too, right?
And my brother, shout out Brian, my best friend, he started tattooing young too. So he was tattooing me, and I was. By the time we got into a shop, I had already a lot of shitty tattoos. They were great, Brian. I love you, but we knew we were fucking each other up with these terrible tattoos.
You were
And
his guinea pig.
yeah, I was his guinea pig, and I didn't tattoo him ever, but I agreed to all his tattoos also. So I have part in those. It was good times, but by the time he got into a shop, I was just hanging out at the shop all the time. I
Tattoo
was a
shop?
hang around. Yeah, I was just there.
Mhm.
Putting in hours, just getting tattooed and hanging out. And we got close with the ownership, and eventually it became like, oh, we should open up a food truck. You'll do the tacos, I'll do the tattoos, and we'll call it tacos and tattoos. And as I was already in conversation with my OGs about a restaurant. So it was just chemistry. It just started to work out. My OG knew the guy from the shop. Everybody was like on the same page. And everything was going well till we started to get into the licensing and, where we're going to park and the permitting. And we were again all the way good until we figured out that the lot wasn't big enough to host the truck. And who am I telling? I'm telling you. So then we already had the name, we already got the concept, and that was like, that was at the moment where it was like, all right, like tacos and tattoos, do we stick with this name? Do we go further? But it was a discussion. I was like, yo, this is like, it's different. It works. Let's just rock with it. And we stuck with it.
So it was so pretty much an idea from your friend and yourself.
No. Tacos and tattoos as a name as a whole was the concept. I think it was either my mom or my dad who were like, tacos and tattoos should be the name in like a family meeting. And then from there, I was like, I think I was the one that was mostly against it. Pretty sure, like, I remember myself being like,
you didn't want to do tacos and tattoos?
I was like, nah, the name isn't really hitting for me, But it was a vote. We were a family, and like they liked it. My brothers liked it, so we went with tacos and tattoos.
So you guys started off with a food truck first?
We were going to.
Oh,
we didn't. Yeah, we didn't get that license that we needed.
Okay.
Or we didn't get approved for the location, but we already invested into opening something.
Okay.
So that's how we came into Sable Chase, because that was my high school bus stop. I was familiar with the area. And I was like, damn, if I open up here, it's a tiny little store, all my homies are going to know about it. I'm just freshly off of high school, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bus stop's right there.
And then,
damn, that's what's up.
Kaboom.
Staple place is right there by the Hungry Bear, right?
That's the one right in front of Miami-Dade.
You know what's crazy, bro? That, yeah, man, I went there a couple times before even knowing you, bro. Like it was a good spot to get good food, and it was small.
Yeah,
it was small, right?
Tiny, tiny.
And I've been supporting that since.
Thank you, bro.
Since then, and now look, now we're here.
That.
That's crazy, bro. That I didn't know that was your joint. I just went like, yo, boom, get some tacos, good food.
Yeah.
The vibes in there were good, like the drawings in there, you know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you, bro.
They were dope, bro, and it was just a place, to go get good food, man. And now it's a full on like 10 years.
10 years. Actually, right now we're in 11, going on 12.
Going on 12.
Holy shit.
So you guys wanted to start with a food truck. Didn't happen because of permits. And then you found that spot there. And then like what was the process like? Like that process, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
to open up the store?
Yeah, to open up the store. Because it's actually more harder than a food truck.
Yeah, because and actually from being on both sides, I think they're both extremely difficult. Being honest, because a food truck compared to a restaurant, they have different like different structures, for how to achieve like the licensing, the location.
Yeah, it's different.
But in all retrospect, it's almost
Almost similar.
90% there too.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it's a lot. But going back to that, the process was crazy. We were all really inexperienced. So we paid a lot of money for things that could have been done differently. And we learned. We lost a lot of money because of that. Through the years I still continued to take losses because it's just everything is all this knowledge came at a price, bro.
Of course.
And every time like I reinvest or every time I do something or move differently, I had already paid for that. And that's been my schooling. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of this knowledge can only be passed down through experience again, through um, like physical
Go out there, bro.
interactions. Exactly.
School ain't gonna read. School's gonna teach you something.
Yeah,
But it ain't
yeah.
gonna teach you real life.
Yeah.
And you went out there, bro. You like you said, you were
Correct.
outside.
Whipping it.
You know what I'm saying? You were outside, and you had the knowledge of, I know how to cook.
Yeah.
I know how to take inventory. But then the other shit, the paying the taxes, somebody that's
That's
a
another
whole other
one.
ball game that you're learning as you go.
Paying the taxes is
Right?
a big one.
As a motherfucker.
That one got me early in the game too.
Yeah, bro. I feel you, bro. So, all right. So you guys got the spot. You guys got the paperwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did the idea of the feng shui to come about, right? To be like, yo, the drawings on the wall.
Oh, man, that one dates back to middle school, high school days. I was always very eclectic and type organized hoarder. You know what I'm saying? Like, I liked shit that had like steez to it, or it seemed collectible or just like it sparked interest. So that's how that was birthed, bro. I wanted tacos to emulate the tattoo aspect, and I wanted to have that curated feel, which it was curated. It was definitely curated. At the time, we were working with some of my favorite artists, who some of them are big time, some of them are still big time, small time. Shout out all of them. It was cool, bro. A lot of people came together to paint the store, to donate pieces too. Money was scarce. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, I blessed them how I could,
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was great times. Everyone kind of came down to show out for the spot. And we were playing with pennies, bro. You know what I mean? Like, when we started, we had, I think a total of like 60 to 70 grand to invest. That was the cap. You feel me?
And paperwork.
That was free. That was from my mom's retirement and a credit card my OG had.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it was all borrowed money anyways.
How good did it feel, like, before we could how good did it feel for your parents to be like, yo, let's do that. Let's do that restaurant shit.
I mean, bro, it's again a roller coaster, because some days it's worth it, some days it's not. And then you get variables like COVID.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Shit, we gotta survive this.
Because it was what, you was 2016 that you opened?
I opened in 2015. 2014.
So you was already opening like 5 years before COVID came.
I was peaking. We were peaking. We were TNT was at its peak, and then the whole world fell.
Yeah.
So it's been growing back since then and growing with the times.
Yeah.
It takes like 7 years to recover from a catastrophe like that.
Yeah.
And we're on year 6. So I see it slowly, coming back, hopefully. The world is a crazy place right now.
Ain't no hopefully, fam. That shit is back.
Hey,
you're here, bro.
We're climbing that ladder.
There, but it ain't no ifs, bro. You're gonna get there.
Yeah.
With the support of the community, support of Kendall, support of the people that love you, support of everybody that supports you, like myself. And you know what I'm saying, bro? Facts. I'm always gonna go over there and even if it's buy a beer, 2 beers, go get some food. I'm always gonna be there to support you, fam.
Thank you, bro.
Whatever I could do to help you, you know what I'm saying?
Take a shot to you. The man for that.
You know what I mean? I'm always gonna support, dog. Like, I feel like you fucked with me enough, and I feel it's been genuine. You know what I'm saying?
You're the man.
Genuine enough that he lets me use his RV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I fucked it up. Can you
The
believe that?
awning.
We'll get
That
into
shit's
that,
sitting
bro.
in a box.
We'll get into that. But yo, I feel like he fucks with me enough to let me drive his RV.
Salud, my boy.
Salute to you, bro.
Mm.
All right, so all right, let's get back. So you open tacos and tattoos. How did you guys come out? Like, what did the menu look like at the beginning?
Um, some of the staple dishes that have lived since the very beginning: tacos, uh, house, specifically house chicken, house steak, house shrimp, house carnitas tacos. And back then we had the tofu and mushroom. Those were always the proteins.
Mhm.
Tacos available, quesadillas available with those proteins, cali fries available with those proteins, tostones relleno
With
available
burrito.
with those proteins, burritos, and bowls,
Okay.
along with queso frito, chips, salsa,
Mhm.
and I think fried Oreos
As a dessert.
as a dessert. From there, we then added in later the Pablo nachos.
You started
Yeah,
adding
then we
more.
did different toppings. Then we,
How long ago that menu worked out for you?
man, the menu has evolved every year or so. There's additions. As of lately, there's been 2 to 3 edits a year, you know? And as of last week, we just dropped a whole new edit.
I
Birria
seen
grilled cheese,
that. Seen that.
chorizo tacos, tacos de camarón de canasta, which is this new taco. It's stupid fire. It's one of my favorite right now. Lemon pepper wings, jalapeno smash sliders, jalapeno tequeños, charred elote dip. All that right now is on the newest edition. Some things to expect next are the ceviche. You know what I'm saying?
But all those, like say, like the tacos and stuff, was that inspired by here or like back from Puerto Rico, like from your parents? Because
Yeah, yeah,
are they
yeah.
giving you input too on what to like?
Absolutely.
So like, yo, let's
These
put this,
recipes
let's take this
belong to
out.
my OGs, but we always, everybody had their 2 cents throughout the way. And some of our chefs, even some of our staff members and employees throughout the years, they've implemented things. You know what I mean? Like, there's
Because I
a,
would have figured your menu being, I think more a little more like Puerto Rican, a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and it's not. It's like a fusion,
yeah,
right? And that's dope, bro. Right? Because you're doing something different. You know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah. Thank you.
The fusion part is like you say you just mentioned like 5 new things that you have.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying? So that's dope as fuck,
The
bro.
constant reinventing, I
Yeah,
think, is the,
and
you know,
like that, la gente no se cansa de la misma cosa. You know what I'm
correct.
saying? Like people were saying, I'd be like, yo, I go to tacos and tattoos, it's always the same thing.
Yeah,
Nah, you're doing something different. Something that, oh shit, yo, let me go get some wings. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Or
yeah.
let me go get the OG stuff like the tacos and stuff. Let me get some queso frito bites and the
Exactly.
loaded tostones and stuff like that. But oh shit, oh now they added this, you know? And everything's so good that you can't be like, nah, I'm not gonna try the new shit, right? Man, everything busting already.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
Thank you,
saying?
bro. Hell yeah. Oh,
So
yeah, yeah.
COVID happened. So how
Oh,
did that
man.
go, bro? Because that shit either made you or fucking broke you.
Yeah, yeah, both. It made us pivot for checking into different aspects of our business. So um, there was a way to serve the public that you had to be right. You had to follow the quote unquote
Yeah.
rules that were
The
being given
protocols that
out. And with that, our takeout game was pivoted, right? Our takeout obviously blew up because everybody was eating out. If you wanted any food from outside, you had to get it from get a takeout.
yeah.
So then that made us focus on takeout in itself. What's the presentation like? How's it arriving? Well, what's plate are we using? You know, I've always like to use certain products for takeout. So if they don't have the recycle mark or if they're not you know, uh, eco-friendly in that sense, I've that was a COVID move. That was like what am I doing to provide, how can I catch up with the times? And that's
Right.
been a constant thing for me throughout the years. Another thing that it became was like, it's become a clause for me as a business. Like if I ever had to live in my lifetime another catastrophe like that, because that was disgusting, then like, you know, I would know how to handle it.
Better.
Yeah, how to make money off this.
Yeah,
And
you've
we
been
might
there.
sell hand sanitizer from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like we might go crazy with masks. But that was some of the things we did. As a restaurant, I was dropping merch religiously. Next thing you know, I've got TNT masks. I got TNT Gators. You know what I'm saying? So I've always tried to keep up, and that's a battle in itself because they're always gambles, you know? And I think I've done better at investing back into the business than actually like growing the business. Growing the business is probably my biggest downfall because it's always spread me very thin. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's the truth. It's
I
like it's
mean,
business,
I
bro.
feel it is business. I'm not where you're at, but I do own a food truck, and it's hard. It's not easy, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And I'm gonna be 4 years on the food truck, um, and I know how hard it is, bro. And like yourself, I didn't go to college. I dropped out of high school. The knowledge I got is same thing. Working since a young age, bro. Middle school, bro. My summers were try to stay the fuck out of summer school and go work with my dad in construction.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Since 14, 15 years old, I'm working construction, bro. I'm getting 500 a week. Young age.
that's
And
good.
where I splurge it at with my boys, like,
Yeah,
back in Richmond, like right by,
yeah, yeah,
where,
yeah.
yo, boom, we're vibing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and I guess the money hungry part of like wanting my own things, like, you know what I'm saying? Like wanting to do my own and all that shit too, bro. It's like, yo, I was getting money too, you know what I'm saying? Selling a little weed, you know what I'm saying? Bro, by the age of 18, bro, I bought my first apartment right in Puerto Ziso.
Nice.
Boom.
Yeah,
My
bro.
dad's like, yo, I got this guy. We were renting that he wants to sell it to us, but I want to see if we could. Boom. I said, bet, run it.
Real estate game. Let's
Run it. No,
go,
but
my
he's like,
boy.
run it. I don't have it no more, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, yo,
Yeah,
at a young
that
age,
was a flip.
I
That
had
was
my
a
own
move.
shit.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? It was me and my dad. I was like, yo, fuck it. I could be a fucking condo owner right now.
Yeah,
Why not?
of course.
Boom. Just pay the monthly thing. I'm getting already about a band a week because I'm already out of school. But I always fell back from construction to restaurants
Heard.
until I landed at UM.
Oh, yeah.
I landed at UM
Remember we talked
at
about
20.
this. You were with Chartwells, right, for a
I
while.
was there. No, but I was there 13 years, fam.
Holy shit.
And I moved my way up from my first job, dishwasher, to fucking. I started at the before your shit there. That shit used to be a Zabaros.
I heard.
So
I
I
heard.
started there in the dish room, then serving the line, then making pizzas, then moved my way from Zabaros. The beautiful view.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The poolside. Yeah.
We'll get there, but just worked my way up, fam. Worked my way up, then started running some other little restaurants because they have different shit
Mm-hmm.
in the food court. Worked my way to something else, then to fucking working with the chef. They fired his ass, bro, but the best chef there ever, bro. And he fucking gave me a spot to run a fucking salad bar with some two black ladies. Boom, chill as fuck. Then he's like, yo, you work hard, bro. I want you on the catering, chef for the catering thing. Then I started working, bro. They fucking trust me to make salads, make fruit platters, that until, bro, they're like, yo, bro. And I started cooking that, bro. I did that for a couple years. Then to fucking supervise another spot outside of campus at the other building they got in front of the baseball field, the little alumni shit, to go run the little breakfast shit in the morning. Did that for and then they opened the position for sous chef in the one of the dining halls. Boom.
Work through that shit.
Then opportunity head chef for the football team.
Amazing.
Boom. But for me to get there, I had to get paperwork. I had to get so they put me through school and got some, a little degree. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They paid for it. But we'll get into that. Cause you know what I'm saying? We'll get into that. To do
Yeah.
something better.
Hey, that's what it is.
You know, but so COVID happens for you, bro, right? Cause we're gonna get there, bro. COVID happens for you. You're here. How did you get from the first location to where you're at now after COVID? Because
Uh,
now you're growing
yeah. No, COVID happened after the move. I had moved before COVID, and that was yeah,
here.
yeah,
Then so before COVID, you
yeah.
were already
I was
there.
already there.
Fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you know, again, those are
Damn, I thought it
moments.
was after.
Now we were there for about a year, and that's what I'm saying. It was hot. It was hot. If COVID wouldn't have happened, the evolving would have taken place differently, and we would have, you know,
Oh, of course, you would have stayed where the fuck you at.
it would have been, yeah.
A
We
little
lost a
longer
lot of time,
process,
but yeah,
little longer process, but
but
okay. So how was TNT making money by delivering?
take out, yeah, take out,
Because at the beginning, nothing was open for a couple of months,
yep.
right?
Pure, it was pure takeout, bro.
So just still hustling.
Yeah,
Take out.
yeah. There was takeout. We couldn't. Anyone front of the
Did you
house?
have any employees?
No, no. Anyone front of the
No,
house
before
was
like when before COVID happened, how many employees you had?
employee wise. We were probably at like between Kendall and the truck, and I think we had at that point we were close to like 80 employees, 90 employees.
Wait, you had a food truck too?
I had a food truck at that point. Yeah.
So you had the storefront
Mhm.
at the little spot
Mhm.
over there. You had a food truck,
Correct. At Lincoln's Beard,
okay, and then
and then I had a pop up at Union Beer Store.
and then COVID
Also,
happens.
yeah, Union closed first. That one was the first one that we couldn't
Yeah,
afford.
so that Lincoln Brewery thing, you've been there since then?
I was, I
Bro,
came back.
I thought that was recent, like because you were there and then you left and then
Yeah,
Lala's took over
I was
or
there twice.
Jeff.
I opened Lincoln's Beard and I was there for a couple years.
For real? Damn, I did
Yeah,
not know that.
yeah, I was there for like three
Damn.
years, and then we left. Still my peoples.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out them. You know, we just try new things.
I've heard. I haven't been, but I've heard.
They're amazing. I was just there at Thorn yesterday, part of the same family. They're my peoples. But yeah, we left. You know, they try new things, right?
Of course.
And then in COVID, we came back. You know, we were there for a while, and it was all love. And again, cycle repeats. You know, like let's try new. And again, they're
How did your employees that you had at then COVID? How did they take like? Or you telling them like, yo, right now, bro,
well. I
nothing
mean,
goes like.
I think it was a mutual agreement between everybody. No one knew what was going on, so it wasn't much to blame on myself. You know, it was more to blame.
Yeah, like the world happened. Right?
Yeah,
Like, shit happened.
this is what happened. There wasn't anything like, you know, it was the Hunger Games.
What was your concern
You know
for
what I'm
them
saying?
though, as being a business owner? Did you feel like you had any like
Oh yeah, bro.
responsibilities to them that you're like, yo, anything I could do for y'all to help you out
Oh, of
right now through this
course,
tough time?
of course,
Whatever, like whatever it could be, right? Couple days out the window, you know what I'm saying?
of course.
Like, because I'm sure you still had to keep it minimum,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
No, for basics, you know, we're always an open door policy. So a good example is like if a hurricane happens, like and we house ice, any of our staff can come get ice. And dating back to COVID, you know, there was moments that I can't put my finger on because it's been a couple years now, you know, but it's always been, you know, a open door to how can we help, you know. We've put up shutters with our staff before because something's about to go down. There's a storm, like whatever it takes. And it was a moment where it was a great area for everybody, bro. This shit was.
It was.
What are we gonna do? How do we prep for this?
Yeah.
You know.
Told us, yo.
And then financially, it's not like you know we could just hand out hours. You know what I'm saying? There was no hours to give at certain points. So like I said, the front of the house was the first staff that was like, you know, pretty much put on temporary leave, and then started to trickle down to what we could afford as staff.
Yeah.
And some staff members took it upon themselves to, you know, what was the word I'm looking for? When you isolate yourselves, when you isolate yourself, you you know when you're sick, you go in quarantine. When you quarantine yourself,
Okay, for the couple of days.
Yeah, there were
Uh-huh.
some employees that decided to go into quarantine, like choosing on their own, not sick. And legally they're still obviously hired, and we were good, but it was hard. It was a crazy time. People were skeptical to work. You know, come around you. Oh shit, they're coughing. Shit, this person be working right now. It was
So
crazy.
real quick, bro. So before we continue to move forward with this, conversation is dope right now.
Thank you.
I got a little game that we play here at Clouded Thoughts.
All right.
It's called this or that. I'm gonna give you two things. You choose one or the other.
All right.
30 seconds to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Why you chose that? You know what I'm saying?
Why I chose it.
Yeah.
All right. So
Right?
you're gonna ask me, I answer it, and then
I'm asking. Yeah.
why
I'm
I
asking
why
you
I
to.
answer.
Yeah. Choose one or the other. And then
why.
it could be why you. It don't gotta be because of this one thing or the other. It's why you chose it.
All right.
So it's just a little fun game, bro.
All right. Yeah.
Tacos or burritos?
Oh, tacos. Why? Because they're handheld. They're delicious. I grew up fucking loving tacos. Taco Bell, Ernesto's Tacos, Rancho Grande. Like, them shits are fire. I fucking love them. So, tacos.
Tacos. So, would you be with tattoos or without tattoos?
Oh, no, with tattoos. That self-expression to me has always been like a part of my DNA almost. Love them since I ever fucking knew about them, since fucking the early 90s. I thought they were definitely like, a mark that's a way to be independent. And I love it. That's my thought on tattoos.
Morning person or a night owl?
I'm a night owl, bro. I be up all the time at night. If I'm home or not, I
Oh,
love seeing fucking the darkest of the night. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm outside.
Street food or fine dining?
Oof. Ooh. Man, I'm gonna go with the right street food. Because fine dining is always an experience, and it's like chic and it's posh. And I know I don't gotta explain, but street food, bro, just hits. Like
Yeah.
when you get a fucking
Something
hot
different.
pincho with a slice of bread and the barbecue, and you're outside and like it's
You
done
smell
right.
it. Yeah.
Oof, street food, my G.
All right. Miami Heat or the Dolphins?
No, the Heat. The Dolphins. Let's go Bucks.
You're a Bucks fan?
I'm a Bucks fan, bro.
All right. You like a beach day or a city adventure?
I'm beach.
Beach.
I love the beach. I love the water. I love that. I love the smell of the ocean. Yeah, beach.
Coffee or smoothies?
Coffee. Black coffee. No sugar, no cream. I want the bitter fucking flavor of that disgusting Starbucks that I love to have.
Shit. All right. The startup grind, bro, or the corporate life?
Nah, the startup. The corporate, fuck that. The startup, man, the get it from the bottom, get it on my own. That's always been pure energy for me right there. And I wouldn't see it any other way. It was a good game. I like that.
Classic cars or motorcycles?
Classic cars, bro.
Got a nice
That
one.
was a
Yeah,
hard.
W,
I had to thought about.
Yeah,
had to
both.
think about that. Classic cars. I like low and slow. It's easier to share with people. You know what I'm saying? There's much more nostalgia when it comes to vehicles. They have longer wear and tears, in my opinion. They, it's just this energy about cruising down the street and got the sound. And now I see there's just an energy for it. Classic cars.
And I know
question.
you're good with the hands and shit. So, handmade craft or digital design?
Shit. Yeah, it's got handmade. Handmade. I'm around the handmade. Handmade is the right one. You got papers? Oh, right here. I got. Yeah, handmade, bro.
Papers. Handmade. So that's it, bro. That was 10. That was a little quick.
That was good. That was good.
That, man. Hey,
there's some good ones. They're all good, but you got me with the motorcycle cars.
Yo,
That
so
was a big one.
talking about you're good with the hands and shit, bro. And how did the visual branding
Visual branding.
come about?
Shout out my brother Jimmy. That's 100% my brother Jimmy's
Shout out Jimmy, man.
venture. Yes, sir, my brother. He began that right around when tacos started. So I want to say about 12, 13 years ago too. Probably, I think right then. And well, a couple years ago, we figured that we could move into a space together that was, a studio space. And from that point forward, I kind of started to get involved in the build outs and adopted um, some of the, well, I got put on to these projects that he was already kind of around. And I found a love for it too, in the sense of like, I wanted to become a brand ambassador with him, wanted to talk about the brand, endorse the brand, you know what I'm saying? And be a part of those build outs and get my hands dirty. So it was just,
And you guys built some cool shit, bro.
nah,
You
it's been
guys
dope.
built some stuff for some people, yo.
Yeah. No, we've been
Um,
lucky enough to work with hella.
can you name some of the stuff you guys done that's
Yeah,
big?
of course. For Basel, we did West Side Gun with BBC. That was dope. Another time we made like 150 molds of an Adidas sneaker, the Superstar, for Adidas, and those went to Oregon and New York and LA,
That's
and they were
dope.
gifts for Adidas personnel. And so it was a mold made out of, well, we made the mold out of silicone, and then we casted the mold with this stone that comes in powder called gypsum. And once it hardens, it turns into like a form. It looks
How
like
fun was
concrete.
that for you, that project?
Oh, it was
Because it's
definitely, it
like,
was
yo, you do stuff
interesting.
for Adidas, bro. So
hmm
you put, because I'm sure, did you ever imagine you were gonna do something like that?
No. That was definitely, caught me off guard. And um, when we found out about the gig, it was like just a couple days notice. So it wasn't too much prep time, it was more like go time.
Yeah,
And a lot of these brands kind of work in that matter,
yeah.
like they get an
They
idea
drop
and
the
they need
bread.
somebody to get it done. And,
Whoever gets it done.
at, right now they're starting to realize that they can count on us. And those kind of leads have been coming in.
Damn, that's fire.
And that's one of the moves there. That's the new studio. That's where we'll be going now. Visual branding's going there. The hot studio.
And this is where
Bless you,
we're
my
at.
brother.
Thank you, bro. And this is where we're at now.
This is the hot stew.
And this is episode 10, and this is the last probably content you're gonna get
No, that's
from
it.
here.
I'm gonna make sure of it. That this is how we're gonna close out the hot stew.
Appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
So visual branding is Jimmy, and you get your hands on, and you're a brand ambassador.
Yeah.
I
Anything
seen you
facade
guys, bro.
related.
I seen you guys created some dope things, bro. And that's
Thank you.
dope, bro, because you guys come from hard work. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. You guys ain't, let's say, like, famous. You guys ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they're taking notice in your work because you guys work hard and you guys do
Deliver.
you guys deliver.
Deliver.
And that's super dope.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Anything in the works with that, like now, like, or like something that, you know what I'm saying, like something that might be you guys working on?
Oh, as of right now, there's I'll put it to you like this, because we do sign NDAs.
Yeah.
But
If you could talk about it.
what I could say about the latest project is that it is a major sneaker brand, and it is World Cup related. So that's the latest
Early
project
World Cup,
happening.
or
I'm not as involved on this one. This one's definitely more on the Jimbo side. You know what I'm saying? But I
That's
know
dope.
it's in the works, and it's
World Cup starts now, I think Thursday.
Yeah. It's
Fire,
here.
bro.
So it's definitely a cool, activation happening.
Fire, bro. That's dope as fuck, bro. and it's dope because it's like your homie started it. You know, you're hands on.
Yeah,
You want to be an ambassador because you want to see that thing grow, bro. Like
of
you know, like
course.
that's dope, man. You gotta work between the everybody gotta eat in the circle,
Yeah,
bro. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And if they got something going on, you gotta help them out, bro.
Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? Like, before I don't want to leave right now. Like on the how did the concepts of Silky come about and the events you guys have at Tacos because that is something now that the Kendall community kind of needed, right? Because it's something that now you don't have to go, let's say, to Wynwood and go party. You don't have to go wherever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like you
Mm-hmm.
can stay local, you can stay at home and have a vibe because Flanagan's is not giving you that. Tap 42 is not giving you
Yeah,
that. And any probably other places that sells alcohol around Kendall that it's at home, right?
correct.
You guys are selling good food, good drinks, and now good vibes.
Yeah, thank you.
How did that come about?
Uh, my love like for curating is deep rooted, right? So that's from the beginning of
From the beginning,
tacos.
yeah.
I think as of lately, not only has it become a pivot to like where our brand is shifted, we we're just honing in, focusing in on the underground community and how we can provide a space that's safe, that plays a specific sound to a specific crowd. So, like Silky and like our other events, they're all curated around a group of people who are involved and are passionate about throwing these parties. So, as of lately, the seriousness is definitely increased for an activation in tacos. You know, I wasn't saying I was accepting anyone in the beginning. I'm saying more that I wasn't, um, my involvement wasn't as organized before. And now I require certain standards.
With
And you
those
don't have
parties,
to have history with the party, you just have to have the willingness to achieve a theme
you're good
and put
or
effort behind it. I'll take another one. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this isn't something that, like, you could just we're gonna put a DJ and that's it. This is something that like we're gonna, put out flyers. We're gonna talk about the
promote
talent.
it.
We're gonna know the sound. Who's the
Yeah.
community? Let's set up an RSVP. Let's get detailed. What's the deck look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know more. So, um, that kind of organization has helped curate parties like Silky, and like the next one in the works, Ven Bailalo, and like
Let
the
me
next
tell
one
you.
behind it, Sabram,
Let me tell you. Ben Bailalo this Friday,
Yeah,
2 days ago,
yeah.
I was there, and that shit was going off.
That shit was good.
Shit bringing everybody in,
That shit was
and
a
that
yeah.
shit's just like you said. It's a good time, bro. It's a good vibe. I seen you
Mm-hmm.
out there DJing, and we're gonna get into that. Um, and you was vibing.
Yeah,
The vibes in there was good.
yeah, yeah.
You know what
No,
I'm
it was
saying? I
great.
came in there and the vibes were good. Everybody inside fucking dancing their ass off. Every song you transition into, bro, was the next, you know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah,
what it was supposed to be.
I was
It was a
playing
good
some
vibe.
bangers, and then I would mix in some beat cuts.
Yeah, it was
So
some good
like,
vibes, bro. I was in there vibing, bro. And it's crazy because I went after work and I was like, yo, I'm tired, but I said I want to have a beer. I said tacos is doing something tonight. Let me go over there. And my people didn't want to go. But I go there and I already knew some people that was just there.
yeah,
Yo, like yo, I stayed a little bit. I left
course.
like at 2:30. You know what I'm
Was a
saying?
one beer stay for four.
Yeah, I sat with Chrome in the front,
Mm-hmm.
smoking, and we was there, and I'm like, all right, time for me to go, but I gotta work tomorrow. I got a lot to do. But bro, those vibes are dope, man, and I wish you success on that. I wish you to keep going.
Thank you.
Maybe I need you to do like a hip hop night because I'm a
Yeah.
hip hop head, bro. I need you to do that, bro, because I know the other vibes, the silky shit, all that. But I need you to do like a hip hop night, bro, when you playing some bangers, bro, like some
Yeah, yeah.
good hip hop shit.
No, we can talk about it. The right curation.
New shit, old shit, but hip hop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Give me an example. Give me an
Yeah,
example.
man.
What do you want to hear? What's a hip hop night?
Bro, like I would want you to go from like I would want you to go from like some like
Some Kodak to some Thug.
some yeah, or like some like Future,
Yeah,
some
yeah,
Gunna. I'm a Gunna fan, bro. From
yeah,
Gunna,
yeah, yeah.
some Drake, some old school like Biggie, like
Okay.
you could take it back too. You know what I'm saying? Like some Biggie, bro. Some fucking old school Jay. Some fucking bro. Like I don't know, bro. Like Miami shit too, like Rose. You know what I'm saying? Rick
Yo, one
Ross.
Chrome. Yo, song Chrome.
I think Chrome should host that one. Yeah, man. I think you should do like a hip hop night, bro. I feel like a lot of people will come out. Yeah, man. I feel like a lot of people will come out, man, if you do a little hip hop.
All right, you guys heard it here first. There's a new party in the works.
um. So, bro, how the? It's about you, but hey, how did Casa Cruz come about?
Casa Cruz is my dad's venture. I'm 100% behind him on, you know, um, yeah, I'm starting to feel these beers. Uh, he's killing it. He's in Ocala. He's a little bit above Ocala. He's in Williston. Um, he no, the restaurant's going great, bro. He's killing it. He's killing it. He's killing it. He's killing it. Wait, that you got to now. You see, that's what happens when you mix alcohol and weed.
No, he's doing great.
Yeah,
What's any advice you could give me, like myself, bro, being a food truck owner, to try to get to your level? Because I admire you, bro. You
thank you.
inspire me to do better. I feel like we kind of have a little, similar story. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
yeah.
dropouts, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make something out of nothing. And you're like you said, you're 11 years in. What is some advice you could give me to get to the next level, and to somebody that wants to start something like a food truck, or what I'm saying, any type of business?
Okay. It's a great question. People should definitely ask questions and not be scared to, work on the trade, right? So let me elaborate a little more. People, in my opinion, if you have an idea, begin with writing it down, right? So psychologically you see it, and then start to investigate the topic. What goes into, maybe, let's say, overall opening up a restaurant. Let's be broad about it. Like, oh, I want to open up a restaurant. What does it take? Oh, I need a location. Let's look into the location. Sub. Then there's like subgenres to a location. What do I need to get into a location? Shit, it's signing a lease. What the fuck is a
Yeah.
lease? Oh shit, I gotta put a deposit, and I'm signing for these amount of years. Oh shit, like, everything has its subgenre, and that's obviously comes with experience. But if you wanted to open up, or if you wanted to, achieve something, that's what it takes. It takes that hustle. It takes the deep dive. It takes the research. So I don't know if I answered that greatly or not, but
Yeah.
I would recommend that, like, if you have an idea, start to dissect that idea, and making it happen by actually, focusing on it, and being dedicated to it. You know what I'm saying? Not just saying, I wanna, um, I wanna do clay pots, but you never come around and buying the clay. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know where clay pots came from, but it is some shit like
That
that.
creative side, man. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So we were talking about the silky parties and all that shit, and we were talking about how you were DJing. How did that come about, bro? How do you become like now? Because you've done some gigs, right, yourself, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and to DJ and stuff. How did that come about?
Well, my love for music comes from the same place where my love for tacos comes from, where my love for, like, hosting comes from. So, like, music organically for me is just something that I've cherished. I need that shit in my life, and I've now been able to curate a playlist for in front of people, and provide an energy that, like, I feel like moves a crowd and has people, like, they have the most memorable moments. Like, the psychology behind it is amazing. You play the right song, and someone, like, they'll feel like it takes them back to a certain place,
Mm-hmm.
and emotions are birthed from that. So, like, that's where music that's what music makes me feel, and that's how I like to present it to people. And now that I feel like I'm a student to this new, craft, I'm really enjoying that, and that's my love for music.
Is that so like self-taught,
Well,
the
yeah,
DJing?
yeah, DJing. I've had a lot of people, come around me and definitely influence me and help me. But these are definitely learned with these hands too, off of experience and constant practice.
That's fire, bro. Yeah, you was the vibes was good
Yeah,
Friday night, bro. You know
thank you, bro.
when
Thank
that
you.
Evie Queen's song came on, like the
Yeah,
old school, like right, like that takes me
hey,
back to
uh huh,
like a time in my life. I'm like when I was bumping that shit. You know what I'm
correct.
saying? Um, fucking what's one on your menu? What's one item you can't get rid of, bro? Like even if
Uh,
you keep
the
revamping.
chicken house taco. The chicken house taco, bro. That's like staple number one. That was what we made at a pop up before we were in a store. So that's it. It's the one. Chicken house taco gotta stay. Flour tortilla too. I love corn, but specifically to the flour, for some reason it hits for me more on the
Yeah,
flour. But the corn is obviously OG. Not
yeah.
offending nobody. Yeah.
What's next, bro? What's next for TNT? Yourself? You have anything new coming up that that we could support?
Dope.
Yeah.
Next for tacos is just gonna keep, reinventing new menu items again, new drink specials, new events, new parties. Um, that's just that rotation of sound is gonna continue to evolve. So some of them are already in the works. Some of them haven't been birthed yet, but they're on the way. Just it's staying funky. And what was that? Was what's next for TNT? And what was the other question?
Like
Now we made it.
anything for yourself, like anything in the works that's not TNT,
Oh,
anything
word.
that people can support. You know what I'm saying?
Cool,
Like
cool. Come catch me at Zay Zay August 21st. I'm throwing an event there. I'm really hyped about
DJ.
that one. DJing, yeah. I'll be with Bellamar and my dog Rara. We're gonna have a great time. Um, so I'm cooking that up. I'm looking forward to the summer with my kids. And right now, I'm like,
Chilling.
we're on a boat. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
creating and we're
chilling, bro.
vibing.
Summertime.
Yes,
Kids out
sir.
of school, you work hard. You
Exactly.
deserve to spend time, with the family and stuff like that. So bro, here at Clouded Thoughts, bro, I always try to appreciate my guests. Besides cooking that we
Yeah.
weren't able to do today. Um, I always try to show a little love, bro, and thank my people for being here, right? And I
Shit.
always get a little token. I know you're into a little
Damn.
our good friends that we know at Kick
Come
Circus
on.
told me you would love that shirt. So I went and I you know
So for
got
this,
it.
this is crazy. Shout out my boys.
You know it, man. Shout out Kick Circuit.
Circuit. Kick circuit.
But I was like, yo, I'm looking something for Jay, bro. Tell me something, yeah, y'all know his swag.
Oh hell yeah.
And
Hell
guess what they
yeah.
gave me?
This is
He's
crazy.
like, yo, he's gonna crop it. He's gonna I was like,
Yeah.
yo, all right, whatever you wanna do with it, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? But
You guys know I'm
that's
gonna
the
cut
one.
this. I will be cutting this.
They said great because you got the grills too.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So they said get that. I said, all
No,
right.
you hit it on the head. I'll wear this. This is super cool. This is super cool. Shit.
So a little something, bro. Thank you for being here.
Damn. Nah, that's love.
Thank you for being episode 10. Um I appreciate you. You inspire me to do better. I wanna, get to the next level. And I feel like your story and my story are different, but kind of, the
Yeah,
same.
yeah. No,
The hustle
cut from
part,
the
you know
same
what I'm
cloth,
saying?
my boy.
And I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate you, bro. I wish nothing but the success to anything you do. Um, and this is episode 10. Guys, I'm going to put his ads here, Tacos and Tattoos, his personal, where you guys can keep up with him. For any events he does, I suggest you guys get out there for Silky, for, what's the other one? Bailalo?
Ven bailalo.
Ben Bailalo, and anything that Tacos and Tattoos
Taco
got going on. Yeah.
Tuesdays,
Y'all pull
karaoke,
up.
whatever you want.
Pull up, man. So appreciate you, fam. And
No.
guys, thank you for watching. This is episode 10, baby. Let's go.